Hi everybody! In today's video we're going to talk about level 3 sentence analysis, which is phrases, and in this video we're going to talk about prepositional phrases and appositive phrases. So what is a phrase? A phrase is a group of words that does not contain a subject and its predicate, but this group of words acts like a single part of speech. Let's talk about what that means. In these sentences, I've italicized and underlined the prepositional phrases. So, top sentence. The cabin in the woods is rustic. In the woods is our prepositional phrase. So what is it doing? It's telling us more about the cabin. Therefore, it's acting like an adjective. So in the woods is a phrase that acts like an adjective. The middle sentence. The ship sailed into the sunset. Into the sunset is our prepositional phrase. Well, what is it doing? It's talking about the sailing. And since sailed is a verb in this sentence, into the sunset modifies the verb, therefore it acts like an adverb. So that prepositional phrase is acting like an adverb. Then on the bottom sentence we have Mrs. Ryan, my teacher, made a YouTube video. So you'll see that my teacher is set apart by commas, and it interrupts the sentence just to tell you a little bit more about Mrs. Ryan. So it is an interrupting definition, and it modifies or tells us more about Mrs. Ryan. Therefore, my teacher in that sentence is an interrupting phrase, and it acts like an adjective. All right, let's do an example. A group of words beginning with a preposition and acting as a modifier is what a prepositional phrase is. So our sentence, our baseball season begins in the spring. Let's do the 3 levels of analysis. So here we have our acts like an adjective. Baseball in this sentence acts like an adjective because it modifies season, which is a noun. Begins is our verb. In the spring. All right, there we have our prepositional phrase. So in is the preposition, the is an adjective, spring is our noun. So level 2, what is the subject of the sentence? Season is the subject. What about the season? It begins. Begins is an action verb, so that's AVP, and then we're done, right? There's no direct or indirect object. We've got a prepositional phrase, we're done. So in level 3, what you want to do is label the prepositional phrase or the appositive phrase or whatever kind of phrase we're doing. So in this sentence, it's a prepositional phrase. So over here, you just show that you know that this is a prepositional phrase. So we'll just abbreviate that, prepositional phrase. And what is it doing? So in the spring is talking about the word begin. So therefore, it's acting like an adverb. In the spring is a prepositional phrase that acts like an adverb. Let's do another. Everyone in the crowd gave her a round of applause. So level 1, everyone is a pronoun. In the crowd, oh, see already, we see a prepositional phrase. So in, it's a preposition, the adjective, crowd, noun. Well, what did they do? They gave, so that's a verb. Her, we have another pronoun, a, adjective. Round is a noun in this sentence. Of applause, we have another prepositional phrase. Of is a preposition. Applause is a noun. Level 2. What are we talking about? We're talking about everyone. So everyone is the subject of our sentence. What about everyone? Well, they gave, so that's definitely an action verb, so AVP. What did they give? They gave the round. It's a direct object. To whom did they give it? Her. So we have an indirect object. Great. And then we're done with level 2 because the prepositional phrases we're going to save for level 3. So level 3, in the crowd, we have a prepositional phrase here. Prepositional phrase. What is in the crowd doing? In the crowd is telling us more about everyone, therefore it's acting like an adjective. Okay, then we have another prepositional phrase over here, of applause. Of applause is telling us about the round, which is a noun. Therefore, it's a prepositional phrase that's acting, it modifies a noun, so it's acting like an adjective. There we go. All right, so those are prepositional phrases. Another kind of phrase is an appositive phrase, which is that interrupting definition. It could be one word, it could be a whole phrase. Usually it's enclosed in commas, and they always act like adjectives. Because they are an interrupting definition, they're defining a noun. Therefore, it's going to be an adjective. So let's do this sentence. Marcus, the great warrior, slayed the beast. So we have Marcus, the noun, the adjective, great, adjective, warrior, noun. Slayed is our verb, the adjective, beast, noun. Great. So level 2, what are we talking about? We are talking about Marcus. He's the subject of our sentence. What about Marcus? Well, he slayed the beast. Slayed is definitely an action verb, AVP. What did he slay? The beast. Therefore, beast is our direct object. So now in level 3, we have this interrupting definition here, which the great warrior is telling us more about Marcus. So we're just going to show that this is an appositive phrase. And we are going to say that it's acting like an adjective, and then we're done with that sentence. So level 3 is going to concentrate on the phrases. Okay, let's do one more example. My dog, a brown dachshund, dug a hole in the yard. So we've got a couple things going on here, but let's do level 1 first. So my is an adjective, dog is a noun, is an adjective, brown is an adjective, dachshund is definitely a noun, dug is our verb, is our adjective, hole is a noun, long sentence here, in the yard, it's jumping right out at us here, prepositional phrase, in is a preposition, the is an adjective, yard is our noun. All right, what are we talking about in this sentence? Dog. Dog is our subject. What about the dog? Dog dug. That's an AVP. What did he dig? He dug a hole. So that is the direct object. And then we're done with level 2. But now we've got an interrupting definition and a prepositional phrase. So down in level 3, we're going to show that we know that this is an appositive phrase. And what is it doing? A positive phrase is always going to be defining, therefore acting like an adjective. Great. And then the other phrase we have here is a prepositional phrase. And what is it doing? It's telling us more about where he dug the hole, so it's acting like an adverb. There you go. So those are two prepositional phrases, two phrases rather, one a prepositional phrase and one a positive phrase that you can find and label in level 3.